Hello, I'm Joe McElderry and thank you for watching Theatre News.
Joe McElderry, it's great to see you. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you, very well.
Good. You're just about to release your first album in 5 years, Saturday Night at the Movies. How did the project come about?
Well, obviously I've been doing Joseph at the minute, so I've been heavily involved in musical theatre, one of the most iconic shows in musical theatre, and I've had a wonderful time. The feedback was wonderful off the show and I was overwhelmed by it. And Bill Kenwright, the producer, asked if I would be interested in making an album. So we decided to do an album obviously referencing songs from the movies and musicals, compiled a list together of all of our favourite songs and tunes and movie tunes and show tunes, and I went in and recorded it, and here we are. Comes out on the 14th of July.
It couldn't have been well, very easy to arrive at the final track list, didn't it? How was that process?
Well, we all kind of sat down and compiled all of our favourite songs, and the obvious ones that we kind of had to include. Saturday Night at the Movies, and I don't want, like, for example, I Don't Want to Miss a Thing's one of my favourite songs, and somebody else suggested that one as well, and it just kind of, everybody just bashed a few ideas around, and then we came up with the track listing and went into the studio and got it all down and tried a lot of songs, but most of them that we did try were the ones that we've ended up keeping on the album.
Yeah, and I mean, it sounds wonderful, especially with your vocals, obviously. And but I mean, are these songs that sort of years ago you'd have wanted to sing as a kid when you were growing up?
Well, Love Is All Around is a song that I used to sing when I was 14, when I first started doing like charity gigs and local gigs. It was one of the first songs that I'd ever sang. I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. I've been out on the road and I do a little part in the show called Jukebox Joe, where we ask the audience members to throw song suggestions at us, and we busk it live on stage. And that song used to creep up quite a bit, so I'd kind of vaguely sang it, but not a full-length version and not a proper recorded version. But yeah, so some of them have. Can't Help Falling in Love with You I'd sung before. Any Dream Will Do and Close Every Door, obviously I wanted to kind of reference Joseph with that. So they've all kind of been somewhat relative in my life at some point.
Yeah, I mean, you're still starring in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Is that is that a role that you're still really getting your teeth into? Yeah,
it's been wonderful. You know, I did January to June last year, and then I've just done January to June this year, and then I go back out on the road in September till Christmas with it. So I'm very much still a part of the show, and it's been a wonderful experience so far.
Excellent. What's the greatest challenge in that role so far?
I think originally for me was probably singing in a character. I'd never really done that as much as Joseph is, you know, and playing a character and not reacting to things that go on in the audience or like on stage, in terms of things that I would normally react to in my show and make a bit of banter about. That was kind of a real learning curve for me. And obviously, you know, the whole kind of acting through song, you know, I didn't train in musical theatre, so I did a performing arts. I went to performing arts college and I did kind of the general music, singing and movement and acting, but I kind of hadn't really done anything as extensive as that. So I was definitely learning about how to do it, how to portray the character, and a lot of that was done on the job, you know, or in the rehearsal room with the director.
Yeah. I mean, if you sort of went back in time and the little 8-year-old Joe sort of, you could speak to him, would he be just in awe at what's happened to your life?
Yeah, I mean, madness, absolute madness. I feel like I've been on a treadmill for about 8 years. It's been incredible. It's been a wonderful experience, and I feel very, very lucky. You know, this is my 5th album. So I can't believe that I've been able to do 5 albums first of all, and just still get to perform every day. You know, it's my job. I'm lucky that I get to do something I love so much.
And you know, and this is still very early days in a way.
Fingers crossed. Depends how long they'll have us for, I suppose.
Plenty of time. But you know, obviously you won the XFactor in 2009, Popstar Top Opera Star 2011. You know, are you thinking of any more sort of TV shows upcoming that you've been chatting about?
We'll see. With them kind of things, it's a case of, if the offer comes in, it's something that I think I can have fun with, or something that I can enjoy and learn some. I like the shows I've done so far. I've always learned something from them. I've always took a skill away from them. So I'd love to do one where you learn a skill, you know, or be able to come away and think, I learned something from that experience. You know, they take up a lot of time, so you have to get something from them. You know, like the jump, I learned all of these winter sports. Pop Star Opera Star, I learned a whole new genre of music. X Factor was the kind of the learning curve of my whole career, I suppose. So I'd love to do something again where you learn like a skill or you take something from it.
Yeah, sounds very interesting. And I mean, yeah, you've had a very varied career sort of to date. What other highlights sort of stand out for you?
I mean, Joseph's been a huge highlight. I mean, many things, you know. I suppose each album that I've done, at each point in time, they're always kind of a snapshot of where you are in your life or your career or what you're doing, or you're always kind of referencing something. So I suppose each album that I've done has always been a little kind of mini moment in itself. So this will become one of them, I suppose, and I'm looking forward to it. And obviously we're going on tour around the country to celebrate the release of that. So I think that'll be a great snapshot as well, in terms of I'll take a lot of memories away from that.
Great. Where are you sort of the happiest? On stage, in the recording studio, front of a TV camera?
I'd say on stage for me. Yeah. On stage, in front of an audience, with my band, chatting to an audience, getting to sing with them, and having that kind of ultimate connection where they've come to see your show, they want to just have a great time. That's kind of where I kind of feel like I'm most at home. That's where I feel most relaxed, when I'm just being myself on stage and being able to just sing me songs.
Yeah, I mean, talking about original Joe McElderry album, when can we see?
Well, the previous album I did, here's what I believe, I did a half and half. I did covers and songwriting, and I co-wrote a lot of the songs and wrote a lot of the songs on there. So I have kind of delved into that a little bit, but we'll see. You know, with that kind of thing, it's a case of setting a bit of time in the studio to sit and write. And I'm the type of person, I like to be with musicians and songwriters so that I can kind of collaborate with them. So it'll definitely be coming soon. It's just a matter of, I have no time in my life at the moment.
Yeah, no, I'm sure.
So I need to kind of sit down and discuss that and work that into my schedule, I suppose.
I mean, what are your sort of acting ambitions, musical ambitions for the future? Any sort of big goal?
I'd love to do like a musical film. That would be something really fun. Like a modern day kind of Grease, you know, new music, a new storyline, but that has that same kind of effect that Grease had all of those years ago.
Incredible effect. Well, listen, thanks a lot for your time. It's an absolute pleasure. Why should people rush out and buy this album?
Well, I think the album's great. Everybody will know all of the songs on there. I think there's something from, if you want to put it on in your car and have a great sing-along, it's a great driving album. I'm all about driving albums in terms of, I listen to them the most of my music when I'm in my car. So it's a great one that you can just stick on, sing along to all the tunes, the movie tunes, the show tunes. And yeah, we're obviously going to be going all around the country, and you can come visit us, start on the 14th of July. And all the dates are on SaturdayNightTour.com. So I hope to see people there, and if not, I hope you enjoy the album.
Fantastic, and it's been an absolute pleasure. Anything else to say to Theatre News watchers? Thank you for your support, and if you buy it, thank you very much. Fantastic, thank you very much indeed. Pleasure, thank you. Pleasure, thank you.